Esports have made a huge rise in impact in society, from simply being a hobby to now being recognised by the IOC and added to the Olympics, set to debut in 2027. So with that in mind, I'd like to get on to the real reason we're all here, Team Liquid and their recent win in the VCT EMEA Stage 2. As a proud supporter of Team Liquid myself, I would love to congratulate them on the victory. Watching it live was an incredible experience. Now let's talk Nats. What an incredible performance from our Russian IGL. Being a controller on top of IGL means that it isn't his job to frag, but he still does, which led him directly to being named MVP of the entire tournament. But one player I have to mention though is Trex. Being the new player and the replacement for Serial meant he had so much pressure and weight on his shoulders, but he still did so well and showed just how good of a player he is and how useful to the team he can be. And that winning kill was just such a get effed moment. And of course we can't forget Patty, Camo and Kiko. Such amazing players, they did so well. I also need to talk about Lohan, our stunning coach, working magic from behind the scenes. Without his contributions, I doubt we'd done as well or got as far as we did through this tournament. But I think you've heard enough of my opinions at this point, so I took it upon myself to interview another player who actually has more knowledge than I do. So, here we go. I am here with the expert, Evan Smalley. He definitely has more knowledge than I do. So yeah, let's get started. So, I have one question for you to start out, and that's, who do you believe was MVP?
Honestly, I think they all did quite well, simply because, well, I mean, they won, but mostly Nats, simply because he joined the team in about 2013, got promoted to IGL, and since then he's easily become, like, one of the world-class IGLs. He's probably one of the best in the EMEA scene. So I think saying anybody else, I wouldn't really be wrong, but it would sort of be an understatement.
Right. Now, my second question is, do you believe anyone wasn't doing the best they could?
I mean, the best they could is kind of relative because if you think about like Trex and stuff, he was brand new to the team. So even though it's not like the best he could ever do, it was probably the best he could have done during the matches, simply because he's just absolutely brand new and the transitions between teams are quite rough. Other than that, I think pretty much all the players were doing stellar. A couple people had some off games. I think Patty had a off game or two, but everybody else was there for him. They supported him very well and sort of let him find his own sort of niche within the space. Yeah, no, nobody really did badly at all. It was a really impressive show.
Right, I have one more question for you, and that is, how much impact do you believe Lohan, our coach, had over the match?
Honestly, I think he was the most important person so far, simply because Trex, as I said in the last question, is brand new. They had Serial for a while. They had to swap him in for Penny because Nats was ill. And then they ended up having a 6-player squad in a 5-player game, so they kept having to swap people out. Now that is already an insane toll to take on the strategies that a team needs to prep. Now, to then remove 2 of those 6 players and add on a completely new player, that is just insane, almost unheard of in these competitions. They've probably had the most team changes within the season out of everybody, really, ever. So that is extremely impressive that they managed to not only keep the team looking strong, but actually get wins and win the entire EMEA tournament. Obviously that toll did come up later on with the competition afterwards, but I think it was really impressive. Really, really impressive from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, I think...
Alright. Well, thank you very much for volunteering for this interview. Well, now you have a wider perspective of the tournament, and you know I'm not just spewing nonsense. So with a whole heart and a trophy added to the belt, I bid you farewell, and I have just one more thing to say. Let's go, Liquid! Let's go, Liquid!